Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good Shabbos. As you can see, I'm speaking my video devar from our beautiful sanctuary in front of our magnificent ark. But last Shabbat, I was in Cuba with 24 others on a very sacred mission, and I was speaking. I had the honor of being invited to speak at the Patronato, which is the major Sephardic synagogue in Havana, and able to address that community along with the other 5 tour groups who are visiting as well. My Spanish is limited, so I want to thank Lori Howald, who was my interpreter. And I must tell you that the Jewish community of Havana really embraced us. They're warm, they're friendly, they're eager to connect with us. On the sad note, that same Shabbat, I had to begin by telling them that in Brussels and in Paris, the synagogues were dark last Shabbat out of fear. And I thought that most would know that information, but later I realized that information is very difficult to obtain still in Cuba, and they would learn about this several days later. In any case, I spoke about the Torah portion. I spoke about that we entered the book of Exodus and Shemot. I spoke briefly about what Exodus implies, which is God speaking to Moses and saying, Moses, I need you to go to Pharaoh with this message. It's only 4 words. I asked the congregation, do you know what the 4 words are? And they responded, yes, in Spanish. It's let my people go. But the other part of that is so that they may serve me. And Moses is hesitant to give this message because, if you remember, he had a speech defect, and he thought that Pharaoh would not take him seriously. But God said, I will be with you. And in the same way, I assured that community that we are with you, and God is with you, and you have not been forgotten, and we connect with you. I also spoke about the name Shemot, because what's so striking about this small and even shrinking Jewish community is that they know their name. They've retained their Jewish identity. And they're very proud to be Jewish, and they're proud to be Cuban. And keeping this name alive is so difficult. When we visited 4 years ago, there were some 1,500 Jews in Havana. Now there are less than 1,000, but their kids go on Birthright, and their kids go on March of the Living, and they're really an inspiration to us. It inspires us to continue what we're doing, being this vibrant, dynamic Reform congregation. And in that spirit, following the Tat Shabbat, which is at 6, we have a rare opportunity to have Rabbi Bennett Miller, who is chair of ARTSA, to be with us and speak about ARTSA, the Association of Reform Zionists of America, and this special moment where our voice can truly be heard in Israel, because we long for an Israel which is also inclusive, and where there is religious pluralism, and where men and women are treated equally, and ARTSA is our voice to try to guarantee that. And you will learn about all of this on Friday night. It's very important that you be here and hear from my dear friend and classmate. So we're energized seeing that Jews around the world are all connected and true to the fact that we are truly one people. Shabbat Shalom.